for this series between Storm8 and EA. It all comes down to this. We have two of the players we've already seen. They've already played each other. Who are they, Rifkin?
Well, Spawny, here in the lower left corner, it's going to be none other than the blue Protoss, SYNTH.
His opponent is going to be Short Round for the second time today. The map, Cloud Kingdom. A nice little, an old map, probably the second oldest map in the pool. I'm not sure if it's quite as old as Antigua, but indeed.
Well, Antigua's
we've seen a lot of games on this.
Antigua's been changed so many times. There's no, like, Cloud Kingdom's been Cloud Kingdom forever.
That's true.
Antigua's now cross spawns instead of gold removed, this and that. But yeah, so last time we had, ironically, kind of a short round. It was a rather quick PvP, I have to say. It was a bit of a slow build-up, but in the end, we just saw short round powerhouse through, taking down SYNTH very quickly, very aptly. Hopefully, though, SYNTH, learning from his mistakes from that first game, will not allow that to happen this time.
Indeed. I'm actually very interested to see if Short Round goes for the same build, because he had a lot of success with it last game. But if he does, SYNTH could punish it, because it was a very, very greedy one-gate expand.
And it's pretty cool, too, because, I mean, Short Round, he didn't blindly go air. You see a lot of people just, they put down that Stargate, get 5 Phoenixes out, they're good to go. No, he scouted around first, he checked to make sure that he wouldn't be countered in doing so. And, yeah, I don't know, it worked out really well for him.
Yep. Indeed, we have the same builds coming out of both players as one another thus far. And, yeah, so I'm very interested to see how this goes, how this ends up turning out. I mean, they played the same builds in the last game until, like, the 5-minute mark, so...
Yeah, that Robo being the first big deviation. Will SYNTH try and... Actually, I kind of would love for SYNTH to just straight up steal the gas. We've seen people do that sort of recently in Heart of the Swarm, as gas is kind of a big deal in Heart of the Swarm. I feel a lot more than it is in Wings of Liberty.
It is. I mean, it's already a big deal in Wings, but when you count in how many more tech units the Protoss have at their disposal now, that's very, very true. And he is going to be harassing a little bit. Doesn't block the gas this time, though.
Nice short round, meanwhile, stealing some minerals. Haha, in your face, 5, gone. Peace!
We're going to be seeing a 3-stalker rush coming out of Short Round once again. He did go for this in the last game, was able to get map control quite nicely with it, so...
Penguin, I would go nuts if a game like this ended, where it's one base versus one base, neither can expand, and one player is 5 minerals short of building another unit because of the 5 minerals stole at the beginning of the game.
That would be pretty awesome. Well, he's actually continuing to harass that one probe, which is now in yellow health. The Zealot can't quite catch the probe. You can't catch me, na 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 na. Oh, the Stalker's out now. He's gonna die.
Well,
he's gonna die.
For you.
Yeah. Poor probe. Man.
I love the death physics in Heart of the Swarm, man. Like, probe doesn't just die, it like rolls and tumbles like a tumbleweed. It's just like, okay, goodbye, carcass.
And we actually see SYNTH going for the Stargate this game. Short Round has not thrown down one of his own yet. Looks like he does want to expand reasonably soon. He has a probe. Nope. Is he? Probe is indecisive. Where are you going, probe? Where are you going?
He's just gonna hide him for now. I'd love for him to like kind of psycho Short Round and put a pylon down, but nah, the probe does just get caught, so goodbye.
Short Round is really supply blocked right now.
Yeah, this is... I think a lot of that was just his banking for that Nexus. You know, you don't want to put a pylon down when you're that close, but he's kind of forced to now. There we go. Finally getting on supply block. But I mean, right now, that's actually not too bad, because SYNTH isn't coming at him with a 4-gate. He doesn't have to worry about having units on the field just yet, but now with the Stargate up, he's going to have to start worrying.
Yeah, he does have a slight worker lead by 1 as well, so he's not... not like he's falling super far behind in that.
That would change, though, with the choice of oracles. The destroyers.
This is going to be fun to see. Oracles, of course, can shred worker lines in seconds.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. The fact that they got the 2 attacks as well, not just 1.
Wait, what? They do?
Well, no, in the effect that they shoot out 2 beams at once. It's not just like 1 beam.
Yeah, because it's not know that, Rickon.
It's like 25 damage twice, I think, is how it works to one-shot the workers.
Well, they don't one-shot workers, they 2-shot workers.
Or whatever, there we go, light. Oh no, it's just the attack speed, my mistake. Someone had told me it was 2 attacks.
No, it just attacks, like, at the same speed as
2 attacks
runs.
Yeah.
It's pretty insane.
Here's the thing about oracles, though, guys. For anyone who's still unaccustomed to this, you have to really you do a lot of damage with this. There's no question about it. But you have to retain that oracle. If it just dies, if it picks off 8 workers and dies, then it's quite frankly an ineffective oracle. You really want to retain it for that constant threat of harass, kind of like having a medevac cover outside your base. You never know if it's coming back, so you can't really leave it unattended.
That's true. I mean, oracles, if they kill like... Oh, actually, this is not looking good for the oracle at all. He has 3 stalkers already set up to intercept that. Okay, he actually does use Envision on those stalkers, so that's pretty nice. He will be able to see exactly where the stalkers are positioned for the next minute, I believe.
And he gets a lot of the workers too, but I gotta say, that's some really good game sense out of Short Round. I mean, he knew that there's been nothing at his base this long. There's no forward pylons. He's got the watchtower. He sees that. So it's gotta be air. No question about it.
Yeah, he did not scout the Stargate, so it is very good game sense by him. The game sense of somebody who has a lot of experience in the RTS scene, Rifkin.
Yeah, alright, Short Round's our Warcraft player, I forgot.
Yep. Now we have another gateway coming up with a Twilight Council. What are we going to be seeing next? I presume probably...
I say Blade.
I would say Charge. If he goes for Phoenix production, I'd say Charge. Okay, no, he's going Void Rays. Now I'll say Blink.
Yeah, Void Rays and Blink are going to be a very potent combination. As we said earlier, Void Rays in general are kind of ridiculous. The, prismatic alignment, it doesn't help versus, say, Zealots, Sentries, or Phoenixes, but if you want to shred some Stalkers, you pop that button, you're good to go. 8 seconds of just death. Or, sorry, 20 seconds.
And you know what we're going to be seeing, Rifkin? Sky Toss versus, Sky Ground Toss versus Sky Ground Toss.
This is like a Pokemon in, like, the 5th generation. They got 2 types. It's not just flying, it's not just ground. Well, we'll have to see which... Oh, but you're right. It's going to be Charge, which I'm a little shocked.
Ha! I'm going to pretend that I never changed my guess to Blink.
Void Ray Charge. I don't know that I agree with this choice, though. It's going to be fun. I mean, the Charge is really good at dealing with Stalkers to begin with, but that's what you have the Void Rays for. Now, without Blink, how's he going to deal with the Phoenixes?
I think it actually makes sense in that the Void Rays cost so much gas that he probably just wants to use all of his gas on the Void Rays and just wants to spend all of his gateways on mineral-heavy units like Zealots.
Right, but I mean, between the first game and what he's already seen on this game, he knows Short Round has Phoenixes on the field, and Void Rays, while good, they're not the best at dealing with Phoenixes. No, ironically enough, Phoenixes are also not the best at dealing with Void Rays, but without the Stalker ground support, these Void Rays could actually die pretty quickly.
That's true. I think a lot of it comes down to what Short Round odds for as well. Oh, I see. He's going to go charge out Archon with air support. That makes sense.
Okay,
now.
That makes a little more sense to me to have the Archons out. Because just charge a lot of Void Rays, to me, that's a silly choice, quite frankly. I don't want to get too negative about it, but it didn't make sense in my head. But if Archons are added to the mix, this will actually be a beautiful composition.
And we have a third base coming out from Short Round, so he's not looking to end this game anytime soon either.
Yeah, I mean, a third base at this point in the game is a little risky, especially because neither of these players really have scouting information of each other. These Phoenixes should actually get in here and pick off some workers. With the lack of anti-air from Synth, they're actually going to get a lot of workers if they were to go in.
No, they're actually going to turn around. They want to catch this Oracle, I think. That would be a nice little pick-off. Yeah, this Oracle's dead, man.
Doesn't even get vision off.
Yeah, I was about to say that. That's a sad day for that Oracle. It's okay, even trade. A probe was killed on the other side of the map.
Woohoo!
It's 1-1.
Well, the Archons are starting here for Synth. He'll be able to move out shortly, and like I said, these Phoenixes, the Void Rays are going to shred the Stalkers of his opponent, no problem, but there's so many Phoenixes here, that's my concern. Now, of course, they can't lift Archons, but they are, I don't know, Penguin, like, the unit count, this is going to be a funny battle. I think positioning is going to be a little bit more key than the actual unit composition.
I think a lot of it's also going to come down to how well Short Round can micro those Phoenixes. He doesn't want them to clump. Phoenixes don't naturally clump that much, but he wants to keep them split as much as humanly possible so the Archons don't just automatically kill them.
Yeah, this is, I don't know, I think Synth's going to win the ground fight. Those Phoenixes are really going to make the difference versus the air, though.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes, though. We're going to be seeing a move out just now. Proxy Pylon going to be positioned
He's got to be careful with this choke. He's got charge, his opponent doesn't.
Here we go.
Or not.
No. Let's troll Penguin.
I like to see the rocks out.
Indeed.
This really, I mean, it takes away his advantage of a choke, but also prevents him from getting caught in the choke as well.
Yeah. Usually, if you're attacking up that ramp in a mirror matchup like PvP,
I wish if Synth knew about this third base, he could take that out so easily. But here we go, big engage, time bubbles coming down for both players all over the place. It's kind of hard to tell who's actually, but the Archons are going to work on these Zealots. Charge, of course, helping negate the effect of the Time Warp. Overcharge going down on that Nexus and the Void Ray. It's still got the Phoenixes. None of the Phoenixes were in this fight, Penguin, at all.
But they're going down now. 2 of them have already gone down. There's only 5 of them left in short round. GG's. Synth taking the second game between these 2 players. And
oh yeah, there he goes.
EA.
He forgot his Phoenixes. Like, let's say, like, that couldn't have been a conscious decision.
And that is gonna be game. EA taking the win over Storm 8, 3-2.